couple of days ago, we were talking about rays, talking about lines. What else was we talking about? A few other things. Line segments.
Two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes.
Yep. We're going to go back before that though. We're focused on points, lines, line segments, rays, angles. Okay, everybody remember all that? Yeah. Alright. So to help us think about this, I know we've done a lot of things on this standard. I brought a book. Everybody likes books in here. Okay? Alright. It says the country fair. The country fair is open. Signs for the fair are all over town. Grace and Ethan are going with their Aunt Sarah. It is an exciting day filled with geometry. Everybody remember what geometry means? Huh? That's practically just us talking about that kind of math. We're talking about the points, lines. Okay, that is geometry versus us talking about multiplication or something like that. Okay? So geometry is a study of points, lines, and other shapes. A point is an exact position. A line is a straight path that goes in both directions with no end. Okay? So, can you draw me an example of a point on the board? Any example of a point? Use one of the markers. Okay? Can you draw me a point by itself and label it? Remember how we label points? Okay, so that's point A. Good job, thank you. Alright, so a point is an exact position. Okay, so remember on the foldable that we did? It's an exact position. We drew a picture of a point, little dot, and we labeled it A, B, C, whatever we wanted that point to be. Okay, now what about a line? Can you draw me a line? Make sure you label it too. So this is a little bit of review. This is the easy part. Now why do we have to label that line? Something on them lines. There you go. So that is line AB. What else could we call that line?
BA.
BA. Okay? So it doesn't matter which direction that line goes. Okay? There's Grace, Ethan, and Aunt Sarah. Everybody see them? No, y'all like looking at the pictures. I like the pictures too. On the way to the fair, they make a game of looking for lines. A telephone wire looks like a line. Aunt Sarah explains the difference between a line and a line segment. A line segment is part of a line. It has points on each end called endpoints. A line has no endpoints. The fence posts look like line segments. So if you look, you got the telephone line, just keeps on going and going. So that's an example of a line. We see the fence post right here? Everybody see the fence post? Yeah. It's a line segment. So that's kind of like this. Okay? Do you see another example? See that right there? What is that? You know what it is? Yep, line segment. That's a column though. So a column on a porch is an example of a line segment. It has a start and it has a stop. Okay, it has two endpoints. Okay, rays. Y'all remember talking about rays?
Yep.
Sure hope so. Alright, the fair has a Ferris wheel. Ethan says that the spot in the middle is a point. Grace says that the spokes of the Ferris wheel look like line segments. Aunt Sarah says that they are both right. She then explains a geometry idea called a ray. She tells them to imagine a spoke of the Ferris wheel going out in one direction with no end. That is a ray. Okay, so a ray, you have one endpoint. So if it's the middle of the Ferris wheel, Keep going. If you would, I want you to turn to the practice section in your notebook. Find a page in your practice section. Okay, so everybody has a straight edge. What are we going to use the straight edge for? Make sure your lines are nice and pretty and straight. I don't want to see some of the lines like some of you do, like, yeah. Well, alright. So, on your paper, we talked a little bit about intersecting. Everybody remember what intersecting is? What does it do? Okay, so they cross in one spot on your page. You can write intersecting. Okay? Then I want you to use your straight edge and draw me two lines that intersect. You might want to label those lines. That way we know what to call them. Okay, so who can draw me an example of an intersecting line? I want you to label them too. If you don't have your straight edge, try to do as straight as you can. That's right there. Okay. Thank you. So she drew two intersecting lines. We have line CA, we have MK. So does everybody agree that these are intersecting? Do they cross? What if it looked like that intersection?
Yeah.
Okay. So now this one, that almost, what else does this look like?
Perpendicular.
It looks like perpendicular. Okay, so if it's perpendicular, what does it have to be? What can you put in the corner?
Right.
A square, so you have a square corner. So if it has a square corner, then what degree is this angle that's making? 90 degrees. Okay? So in another spot, I want you to do perpendicular. And you can draw an example like this. Make sure you have a little square corner. Okay? We gotta remember that is 90 degrees. If them two lines make a 89 degree angle, is it perpendicular?
No, it has to be 90 degrees exact.
Exact. So it couldn't be 89. It couldn't be 90 and a half. It has to be exactly 90. Okay? And there's one more word. What else do we talk about? Do anybody remember? What? Parallel. Do parallel lines touch each other?
Nope.
No. Okay? Parallel. So what would parallel lines look like? Somebody else? Who's going to be the brave one to draw it? Somebody different. so excited. It's time to shine. Here, you can drop right here. No, don't get them mixed up. Go out there and see. I know, I'm just getting all over the board. Alright. So now, how many people like to get up and move? I don't like to be sitting in my seat. Everybody like to move? Yeah. Some of you like to really move. Y'all run all over the place. Okay. So, I want you to stand up where you're at. You can put your pencil down. Okay. So now, let's see here. We're going to try to use our bodies and make lines or rays. So, let's make a line first. Everybody remember what a line looks like? Kids going in both directions. Don't hit your partner with your line. It won't be good. Okay? So now, I want you to find that partner. Okay? And I want you to try to make parallel lines. Find the partner. You come right here. I'll tell you get together. Guess we have parallel lines. Everybody have a partner? You come up here. I'll go with you. Okay. So parallel lines. This parallel. Put your arms out. Is that parallel? This parallel? No. So you cannot touch. No one's going to touch. That is parallel. Okay? Now put your arms down. But then you touch it. Alright, don't go nowhere. You got to be my partner. You don't get out that easy. Okay. So now, we've done parallel. That's pretty easy. What about intersecting? You mean intersecting lines? Nope, you got to do it with your partner. Put your arms out. Do it like this. Okay, so if we're like this, we're touching. Okay, we're crossing. You are intersecting lines. Okay, so everybody made an intersecting line. That is I don't know what this is, but I guess it's a line. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so and the last one, we got to do perpendicular. Now this one's going to be a little hard. Are we going to be able to actually measure you and make sure you're done it? We could, but we don't really have the time. So now, look. So if we're making perpendicular, this looks perpendicular, does it not? Huh? What did you just say, man?
Yeah, you
We're trying our best. Okay, so everybody, with your partner, make perpendicular lines. That looks like intersection. That's a little off. There you go. You're a little better now. Your partner keeps moving. Use your whole arms. Don't be lazy. Y'all like to move. Okay.
I don't know what he thinks.
That is very unique, but yes, that will work. Okay, so now we go back to our seats. Think about it, your partner. Thank you, partner. Alright. So now when I ask you, hey, listen. So now when I ask you about parallel lines, you're going to think of you and your partner sitting there, but you're not touching. You're going the same direction, but you're not touching. If I ask you about intersecting, your arm might have been over their head or something. You're intersecting. You're touching. Perpendicular, you're crossing each other, but it's at a perfect angle. 90 degrees. Okay? We got to remember this. Alright? So, let's see here. What does intersecting mean? Okay, so it's crossing. About perpendicular? 90 degrees. Is perpendicular intersecting? Oh, it's crossing. Okay, so yes, if it's perpendicular, it's still intersecting, but it's at 90 degrees. In parallel, do we ever touch in parallel? No. Okay. And some of you will probably remember this.
Oh, Lord. Yep. Oh, we're doing
You remember this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so some of you done this. Yeah, you're doing my homework. Okay. So with your straight edge, why don't you take your time and do this.